Welcome back to Old School Sports and our Out of the Park Baseball 24 playthrough of the Buffalo Wings. And after a good spring training, our Buffalo Wings have made it to the regular season as we attempt to make the playoffs for a 16th consecutive year in this playthrough. Taking a look at the simulation that was run for the preseason predictions, that had us at 93 and 69 with a 6-game lead over the Nationals, a 7-game lead over the Expos, and a 9-game lead over the Phillies in the National League East. Although it won't be the best record in the National League or the best record in baseball if that happens the way they project, we'll certainly take it. Would be nice to have a 16th consecutive appearance in the playoffs, particularly with a team that looks a little bit different this year. We've moved on from Alexis Mendoza, longtime starter who came up through our organization, and we also moved Floyd Auclair out of the rotation into the stopper role. So 2 new starters this year, the 24-year-old Chris Lott and 25-year-old Simeon Manelli. Turning to our position players, Jamie Zlato, who was a Rule 5 acquisition, made the team as a first baseman. We made a trade for a young third baseman, Ramiro Medina, who will be in the starting lineup as a third baseman on opening day. And the young left-handed hitting outfielder, Edgar Canales, also makes the team out of spring training. A little bit of the old with Mitch Houlihan and a little bit of the new with Juan Ramirez, who we signed as a international free agent last off season in a catching platoon for us this year. So a few changes in the pitching staff, a few changes in our everyday players. We were a 99-win team a year ago that made it to Game 7 of the National League Championship Series, hoping to once again be competing for a world championship here in 2043. And we will start things off at Montreal, facing off against the Expos. And as has become our tradition, we'll be playing this game out on opening day. You can see our starting roster here. Deshaun Seifu, who's been a member of our team for all 15 of those previous playoff seasons, is 79 hits away from 3,000 hits as this season begins. So we'll be following that intently over the first few months of the season. Ishmael Velasco, who, like Deshaun Seifu, is a player who has come up through our system that we have high expectations for. Won a Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago. We'll be playing center field and batting second. Luis Comaduran, Daniel Rojas, and Juan Ramiro back in the middle of our order. Mitch Houlihan back as our starting catcher against right-handed pitching. Ramiro Medina, who we mentioned, our new third baseman. Mike Whitehead at second, and Jim Andrews at short. Our longtime ace, Alexis Barajas, will be on the mound against Joe Thomas, a 26-year-old right-hander for the Expos. And as we prepare to get that game underway, you can see that we haven't bothered to redecorate the former Tampa Bay Rays Stadium for our Montreal Expos in this league. Not the top of my priorities, so it still looks like we're playing in the wretched Thunderdome. But Deshaun Seifu, as he has for close to 2 decades, will be leading off for us. An 0-1 count to Seifu as the 2043 season gets underway. Thomas deals to Seifu, and Seifu grounds out 1-3 for the first out of the season. Ishmael Velasco now up, 2-2 count to Velasco, and he strikes out. And Luis Comaduran up, full count to Comaduran, and he goes down looking, called third strike. So no runs and no hits for our Buffalo Wings in the top of the first. Alexis Barajas now on the mound against Steve Buchan. Full count to Steve, and he strikes out. First strikeout of the year for Barajas. Graham Purchase up now. Another full count and another strikeout. And Irving Barunda, one of the top players in the National League, former MVP award winner, the number 3 hitter for the Expos, up. 2-1 count to Barunda, and he gives that one a ride to right field, but handled by Coma Duran for the final out of the innings. So 2 3 up, 3 down innings to begin the first here, and both pitchers actually struck out 2 batters as well. So good starts for Thomas as well as Barajas. Our cleanup hitter, Daniel Rojas, now up in the top of the second and flies out to center field for the first out of the inning. Juan Romero, beginning his 5th season in Buffalo. He's led the team in ribbies 4 consecutive years, but he strikes out to begin his season. And now Mitch Houlihan, the lefty hitting catcher, up. And Houlihan with the first hit of the season, the first hit of the day. Little flare down the left field line, and Houlihan is on base, and that lets our new young third baseman, Ramiro Medina, first at bat as a Buffalo Wing. And Medina flies out to right to end the inning. Moving to the bottom of the second, Cleano Tharnish up, the cleanup hitter for the Expos. And he gives that one a ride to right center field, deposited in the bleachers out there for the first home run of his season and the first run of the season for Montreal as they take a 1-0 lead on the leadoff homer. Josh Connors now up, the number 5 hitter for Montreal, and he flies out to right for the first out of the inning. Sean Mohan, the number 6 hitter, up, 2-2 count to Mohan. Flies out to right for out number 2. And now the number 7 hitter, Ken Ferrantino, 0-1 count, grounds it down to third. Make the play 5-3. Rojas jumps up, but the Expos take a 1-0 lead on the solo home run. Top of the third now, our number 8 hitter, Mike Whitehead, up. 1-2 count to Whitehead, and he strikes out. Thomas having a nice game here for the Expos. Number 9 hitter, Jim Andrews, up. Grounds it back to the pitcher, 1-3. Second time we've seen that today. And the other time we saw it was when Deshaun Seifu led off, and he'll be up for the second time today now. 1-0 count to Seifu, and he grounds it to 3 unassisted to finish off the inning. Number 8 hitter, the catcher, Ishmael Robles, 1-2 count to him as he leads off here in the bottom of the third, pops out to first base in foul territory. Devin Sensenig, the number 9 hitter, grounds it down to third, and no play to be made. Medina bobbled it a bit and can't get the throw off, so an infield hit. Back to the leadoff hitter, Steve Buchan. Now we're going to throw over to first just to keep Devin honest. And a single right up the middle. Runner goes to third, so runners on first and third with only 1 out here. And the number 2 hitter, Graham Purchase, coming up. We're going to go back to double play depth. Maybe we can get 1 ground ball here to get out of this inning. 2-1 count to Purchase, and he pops it up to center field. And the run's able to come home, so a sacrifice fly. And we're down 2-0, and the always dangerous Irving Barunda up. 2-2 count to Barunda, and he grounds out to second to finish off the inning. But another run on 2 hits for the Expos, and they lead 2-0 as we head to the top of the fourth. Ishmael Velasco leading off for Buffalo, grounds out to third unassisted. Luis Coma Duran, the number 3 hitter, up now. He strikes out, but it looks like the ball got away from the catcher, but still able to make the throw to get him out. And the cleanup hitter, Daniel Rojas, up. Grounds to short. Looks like that should be an error by Buchan. So his first error of the year, and that gives us a base runner here with 2 outs, and the always dangerous Juan Romero up for Buffalo. 0-2 count to Romero, and he goes down swinging to finish things off. Heading to the bottom of the 4th now, 47 pitches from Barajas, going up against 4, 5, and 6, Tharnish, Collars, and Mohan. And a single right up the middle. Looked like that almost took Barajas' head off. So Tharnish on first now with Connors up. We'll go back to double play depth. Slow runner at first. And we get the strikeout there. Mohan now up. Full count to Mohan. Grounds it to third. Only able to get the lead runner 5-4. We weren't at double play depth. Probably wouldn't have mattered incredibly. Ken Ferrantino now up with 2 outs. 0-2 count to Ferrantino, and he gives that one a ride to deep left field, but Romero there to make the play. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base, and we head to the 5th. Montreal still leads 2-0. Number 6 hitter, the catcher Mitch Houlihan, up against Joe Thomas, who has been excellent. Just 1 hit and 6 strikeouts over 4 innings pitched. Thrown 51 pitches so far for Montreal. 1-0 count to Houlihan. Is driven to left field, and Mitch Houlihan goes the opposite way for his first home run of the year. Nice to see the veteran catcher who we decided to bring back to pair with Ramirez this year, getting his season off to a good start. Ramiro Medina now up. Full count to the young third baseman. And he grounds out to third, 5-3. Mike Whitehead, the second baseman, now up. Another full count here. And Whitehead strikes out. And the number 9 hitter, Jim Andrews, up. 2-2 count to Andrews. He strikes out as well. So 1 run on 1 hit. The solo home run by Houlihan in the top of the 5th. Head to the bottom of the 5th. Barajas has thrown 67 pitches. We'll see if he can get through the bottom of the order here with 8, 9, and 1 due. The catcher Robles up. Full count to him. And he laces a line drive single to left field for runner on base. Devin Sensenig up. Full count to Sensenig. And he laces another line drive single to left field. So runners on first and second here. Bit of a jam, 82 pitches from Barajas, and we are going to make a call to the bullpen after those 2 hits in a row. And we will bring in the right-hander Robbie Farrell, see if he can get us out of this jam. Top of the order up with Buchan. We will go back to double play depth. Would love to get 2 outs on 1 ball here. Instead, the ball gets away from the catcher, so runners on second and third now. The force is no longer in play. 2-0 count to Buchan. And he flies out to right field. The runners are unable to tag up, so that's 1 away. Graham Purchase now up. Runners on second and third with 1 away. 0-1 count to Purchase. And he grounds out to third. Runners also still unable to advance. So we are 1 out away from Mr. Farrell getting out of this jam that he inherited. Irving Barunda, though, a very dangerous hitter up. Full count to Barunda. And a grounder to short. 6-3. So Farrell comes in after the 2 hits allowed by Barajas and gets 3 straight batters to keep the deficit at 1, 2-1 Montreal as we head to the top of the 6th. And Deshaun Seifu, the veteran, 79 hits away from 3,000, leading off this inning against a reliever, Julio Rosales. 2-2 count to Seifu. And he pops out to the second baseman. Looks like actually the shortstop. Ishmael Velasco up, full count to the young center fielder. And he draws a walk here, so a rare base runner for the Buffalo Wings. Velasco does have a little bit of speed. We're going to take the first pitch here from Rosales. And strike 1 right down the middle. We'll send Velasco now. And he gets into second base safely. Close play there, but now a 1-1 count and a runner in scoring position for Coma Duran. We'll let him swing away now. And he flies out to center field. The runner tries to tag and makes it to third. So aggressive base running there by Velasco, which we like to see. Runner on third now with 2 away. Daniel Rojas up. 1-1 count to Rojas. And he flies out to center field. So despite the stolen base and the successful tag up by Velasco, nothing across for Buffalo here in the top of the 6th. Head to the bottom of the 6th. Tharnish, Connors, and Mohan, 4, 5, and 6 for Montreal. And a fly out to left field to begin the game, or to begin the inning. Josh Connors now up with 1 away. And he lines out to shortstop for the second out of the inning. Mohan now up. Farrell's been really good since he came in. A 1-2 count to Mohan. And Farrell, as I say that, gives up his first hit after retiring 5 straight batters. So runner on first now with 2 outs. And the right-handed left fielder, Ken Ferentino, up. Ferentino flies out to right field in foul territory there. Coma Duran makes the play. So we head to the 7th. Score is still 2-1 Expos over the Wings. Rosales still on the mound against Juan Romero. Full count to Romero. And Romero grounds it to second, 4-3. Mitch Houlihan with the solo homer that accounted for our only run last time up. 1-0 count to Houlihan. And Houlihan hits that one to left field, but the second out of the inning. And Romero Medina up now. 1-1 count to the young third baseman. And we finally have our third hit of the day, a 2-out single by Ramiro Medina. Mike Whitehead now up. Whitehead's decent at avoiding strikeouts. We'll let him swing away here. And he flies out to center field to end the inning. So head to the 7th inning stretch. Montreal 2, Buffalo 1. Farrell's thrown only 19 pitches. We'll see if he can keep going. 3-1 count. And gets the batter to fly out to short left. Now facing the number 9 hitter, the second baseman, Sensenig. 1-2 count to Sensenig. And he strikes out for the second out of the inning. And we'll see if Buchan, the shortstop, if we can get him as well. 1-1 count to Buchan. And a grounder to third. Medina over to Rojas. And 3 nice innings of relief for Farrell for us today. Head to the bottom of the eighth, the top of the eighth, and Montreal still up 2-1. Left-handed pitcher in for relief, Jeremy Barr. Got some excellent stuff, but his movement and control are not exceptional. See if the shortstop Andrews can get things started well here. 1-2 count to Andrews. And he strikes out once again. Deshaun Seifu now up. Be a good opportunity for him to get on base for the first time of the season. And he does. Infield hit for the speedy Seifu, and you know what that means. His speed and his stealing ability are not what they once were, but he's still a pretty effective pitcher. Tough situation, though, here. Robles has an incredible arm as a catcher, and Jeremy Barr's hold rating is pretty good. We'll let Velasco take a pitch here just to see what the Expos are thinking. And he takes ball number 1. Velasco will let him swing away here, and unfortunately he pops out to left for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, a runner on second. We've got the left-handed hitting Coma Duran up, but we are going to make a call to a pinch hitter for someone who's a little more effective against left-handed pitchers. And that's going to be Josh Porter. And we'll have Porter take over as our right fielder afterwards. So Porter, the right-hander, a big pinch hit opportunity here in the top of the 8th. 0-2 count to Porter. Grounds it out to third. Makes the play over to second, 5-4 to get Seifu, the force runner, or the lead runner with the force more accurately. And we're headed to the bottom of the 8th, still down 2-1. Probably time to pull Mr. Farrell after throwing 32 pitches, 1 hit and 1 strikeout over 3 innings. So a nice outing from him. And we will go to the left-hander, David Espinoza. Seeing his first action of the year against Graham Purchase here. Purchase grounds it to third, 5-3 for the first out of the inning. The left-hander Irving Barunda up 1-1 to the number 3 hitter. And Barunda gives that one a ride to deep center field. A stand-up double. Barunda now with a runner on second, going after Murdoch Patey. And he strikes him out for the second out of the inning. And now Mike Jones up. 1-1 count to Jones. Jones grounds it to third. The play is made 5-3. So we've been holding Montreal at 2 runs since the bottom of the third. Unfortunately, we've only scored 1 ourselves. And they are going to the lefty Josh Faison. Another guy with really good stuff. Movement and control, not exceptional. We'll see what Rojas, the cleanup hitter, can do against the left-handed pitching Faison. 0-1 count to Rojas. And Rojas flies out to right for the first out of the top of the 9th. Juan Romero now up, the number 5 hitter. Romero gives that one a ride to center field, and it's caught deep back there by Barunda on the warning track. A little bit of a scare there for Montreal, and now the left-handed hitting Houlihan is set to face the left-handed pitching Faison. So we will make another call to the bench, and we'll bring up the young catcher, the right-handed hitting Juan Ramirez, If we are fortunate enough to get back out in the field, he'll play catcher for us. The young right-handed hitter, who, as I mentioned, we signed as an international amateur or an international free agent a year ago. He was not an amateur, and we'll see if he can come through with a big hit here. 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, down a run. 1-2 count to Ramirez, and he strikes out to end the game. So the Expos defeat the Buffalo Wings 2-1 here on opening day of the 2043 season in Montreal. It was a good pitching matchup. We definitely struggled. Tharnish with the solo home run gave them the 1-0 lead. We did come back when we were down 2-0 with that solo homer by Houlihan. But that was really it for the offense. Seifu had a hit, Medina had a hit, and Houlihan had 2 hits, including the homer for us. And that was all of the offense for us. Barajas, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 runs over 4 innings. Farrell and Espinoza were really good in relief, combined for 4 scoreless innings, allowing just 2 hits. But Thomas was excellent with 8 strikeouts over 5 innings. And when you only get 4 hits, it's tough to score a lot of runs. So a disappointing 2-1 loss on opening day here of the 2043 season for our Buffalo Wings. And we'll find out how the early stages of the season go in our next episode. If things go very well over those early stages of the season, Seifu somehow puts up 78 hits in the early months of the season, we'll be having the opportunity to celebrate what will likely clinch a trip to Cooperstown in 6 or 7 or 8 years for Mr. Seifu. Don't know whether it'll happen in our next episode or shortly thereafter, but barring injury or extreme ineffectiveness, it's really just a matter of time until Deshaun Seifu joins the 3,000 hit club. Until our next episode, thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.